What's good, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. All right, guys, what is going on this evening? Time to go ahead and get into another Tuesday night live stream. And man, I know you guys have seen that title of tonight's live stream and that thumbnail. So, hey, let's get into it. Let's have a little bit of fun with this one. And as always, as you guys come into the live stream, please hit a 1 in the chat. Want to make sure that you can hear me okay. Want to make sure everything looks good, sounds good, so we can go ahead and get into this, guys. All right, see if you guys trickling into the live stream, and also want to give a shout out to the Facebook crew. Let me go ahead and check on you guys, make sure everything is live, up and running over here. All right, let's see, where are we at? Facebook crew, where are we at? All right, guys, just bear with me. You know the routine. Have to get in here, get everything kind of set up. As always, make sure everybody is connected, can hear everything. All right, so here we go. Facebook crew. All right, so we got the Facebook crew over here up and running. All right, I see you guys checking in. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. I mean, you guys know kind of the routine. You've been here before. And for anybody that is new to the live stream, please consider hitting the subscribe button, guys. We're growing. We're getting bigger, guys. We passed the 6,000 subscriber mark. Oh yeah, we're rolling, guys. We're rolling. All right, I see you guys trickling into the live stream. Just give me a few more seconds, let a few more people come in, and I just go through here and make sure everything is set up all right for you guys. So who's been out on the lake this weekend? You guys get active in the comments. And of course, the live streams always build off of the comments, guys. So make sure you get active in the comment section. You've seen the title of tonight's live stream. So what do you guys think? The question of the night is, do you agree with the disqualification or do you disagree? What do you guys think? So yeah, let's get active in there, guys. And let me just get this banner down here rolling, guys. Hey, just bear with me, just getting everything set up. All right, so as you see scrolling down at the bottom of the screen, it says special thank you so much to the sponsor of the live stream, Mark Scott and Mako Mills. We had a dual sponsorship last time, guys. And basically what that is, for anybody that is new checking in, the highest super chat, super sticker of the live stream, that is the live stream sponsor. So last week we had a double sponsor, and that kind of carries on until this week, until somebody decides to step up and take that spot. All right. Yes, so really appreciate it, guys. All right, just bear with me. Got that set up, got that going. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and hop into the comments real quick. But like I said, make sure you guys are getting active in the comments, because we're going to get into this one tonight. So I'll pull up a little bit of information. Some of it you guys may have heard, some of it you may not have heard. And then we'll do our own kind of rendition of the how would you fish it thing that we do each week, but with a little added twist to that. I think you guys kind of like the way I kind of added that twist to it last week. So we'll kind of stick with that program. All right, so let's see who we have checking in, guys. All right, so we have Bass Fever. All right, yeah, haven't seen him online for a while, but yeah, he is out there doing his thing on the lake. He says thanks. Yeah, I had to help him out with a little something earlier, so really appreciate you hopping in and getting active in the comments. Then we have Justin checking in. What is going on, Justin? Hit me with the 1. Let me know everything is looking good, sounding good. And of course, we have Vernon Neal. Shout out to Vernon Neal, longtime subscriber and participant in the live streams. Really appreciate you coming back. He says, what's happening, guys? Oh, yeah, we're going to get into it. All right, then, guys. Got to give a special shout out to a strong supporter of the channel. We have Slide Doggy TN checking in. Really appreciate you making it in on the live stream. Then we have Dennis Williams checking in. It says loud and clear. All right, then we're getting that confirmation from Darren Pearson. And here we go, guys. Shout out to the Money Team. We have the Money Team checking in tonight. So anybody that you see that has the badge right next to their name, those are the members of the Money Team. And if you are interested in finding out more information, guys got that set up. Okay, so if you're interested in finding out any information about the Money Team, the join button is located right below the video. Just click on that and it'll give you a few of the perks that come along with being a member of the Money Team. One of the main things is you will be more noticeable in the chat. So you will be a member of the Money Team, where I see your badge, so your comments and everything will stand out a little bit more, and just a way to help support the channel. All right, want to give another shout out to a member of the Money Team. We have Joseph checking in. What is going on, Joseph? Glad you made it to the live stream. Then we have Robert checking in. He says, coming along for the ride. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, let's go along for this rough ride. Yeah, we may be cutting down some trees and jumping some dams on this one. Hey, I mean, you never know what's going to be happening over here. All right, then we have Jason checking in, strong supporter of the channel. Really, really glad to have you into the live stream and a member of the Money Team, guys. Jason says, can't message much, driving this big rig around tonight. Okay, so you're out there doing your thing, clocking some of those hours and making some money. Hey, you always got to do what you got to do. All right, who else do we have checking in? We have Keith checking in. So this is Keith L, not Keith Poche. But hey, we have Keith checking in. He says, hey, Money, glad to be here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're going to have some fun with it. And like I said, anybody that is new to the live stream, welcome. Always make sure you get active down in the comments section because the live streams do build off the comments. And, you know, we just kind of use this as a way to build our community. Everybody in here is like-minded. We're all like getting out here on the lake. Some of us are weekend warriors. Some of us tournament fishermen. Some of us are, you know, just want to get out on the lake and have a little bit of fun. And believe it or not, there's some people that check in from time to time that do not fish at all. They want to come in here and be like, man, what are these country guys in here talking about? All this fishing stuff. What's so exciting about that? So they want to step in and be a part of the program. So they'll hop in the comments every now and then. So, hey, we have a little bit of something for everybody. Try to keep things a little interesting. Uh-oh, guys. And we have Mark Scott checking in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mark Scott is a member of the Money Team and a very, very strong sponsor and supporter of the channel. And if you take a look at the banner that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, special thank you so much to the sponsor of the live stream, Mark Scott and Mako Mills. We had that dual sponsorship last Tuesday. So special shout out to Mark Scott. Really appreciate you coming back into the live stream. All right, then Joseph says, Vernon Neal, what is up? And that's the other thing, guys. Like I said, we are building a community of fishermen, fishermen, non-fishermen, everybody wants to hop in, just come along for the ride. We get in here each week and just continue to build this community. You can come here and use this as a bragging board, whether you're using your electronics like the Humminbird, Garmin, Lowrance systems. There are guys in here that are running all of those systems. So a lot of times we'll be in here talking about electronics. So it's just the, you know, just the kind of this and that's about fishing, guys. So you never know what you're going to get. It's kind of like a box of chocolates. So yeah, so make sure you hop in, have a little bit of fun with it, guys. So we're going to get into the topic in just a second. And like I said, what do you guys think? You saw the title of the live stream and you've seen that thumbnail. So do you guys agree with the disqualification or do you disagree? So we're going to go over a few of the facts that go along with that and then see whether those feelings are based on, see whether the decision is based on feelings or whether it's based on facts, guys. What do you think? What do you think? All right, so let's see who else we have checking in. So we have Rory Johnson. What is going on? He is a member of the Rod Bender's Bass Club. Shout out to you and the Rod Bender's Bass Club. Yeah, you guys are going to be hitting the lake on Clarks Hill this weekend. Man, I'm not going to be there. I will be at Lake St. Clair fishing this BFL that is coming up, guys. So I was out there on the lake. I found a little something. So, you know, it's enough to keep me in contention for the regionals. So that's really my goal. So, hey, get out there and have a little bit of fun this weekend. Then we have Texas Newt checking in. Really appreciate you making it back to the live stream. All right, then we have Danny checking in saying good evening. What's going on, Danny? Glad to have you into the live stream. And Texas Newt says, what's up, MoneyBass? Yeah, what's going on, man? Really appreciate you. All right, now Joseph, let's see what Joseph has to say. And you see that badge next to his name. Joseph is a member of the Money Team. He says, hey, Money, you know old Keith Poche has 2 Gator Trax boats. Okay, all right, big timer, big timer. He says, that stump jumper, let me see, that stump jumper you're about to talk about, but he's got a baby strike like I run. Okay, let's see, he's gotten that one airborne too. Oh yeah, he's out there doing his things. We're going to get into that, guys. I mean, I think that this situation may bring him a new type of fan base too. A lot of people may not have known about the type of things he's out there doing on the lake and doing these tournaments, adding a different twist to it, a little more of adding some excitement to it. So yeah, good thing, bad thing. Hey, I mean, what do you guys think? But I think it's opening him up to a new fan base, and new people are going to start noticing him that may not have noticed him before. All right, then we have Dodie Fishing checking in. He says, good evening to y'all. Good evening. What's going on, Dodie Fishing? Another member of the Money Team. Special shout out to you. All right, then we have somebody checking in. See, like I was telling you guys, not everybody here is, into fishing. They just want to see like, hey, what are these guys over here talking about? What's the news going on with this fishing thing? So we have Terrell Key checking in. Really, really appreciate you making it. He says, wearing that MoneyBass hat on my live stream tonight. Okay, all right. So we'll have to go and check out your live stream. So Terrell Key, make sure you guys jot that down. He does have a channel on YouTube. So go make sure you go and check out his channel, guys. Looks like he's going to be live streaming tonight. So I'm not really sure how long we'll be on, but whenever you leave this live stream, hey, go and check him out. Check him out, see what he's talking about over there. A lot of hot topics and things like that. So, you know, it'll be pretty interesting. All right, let's see what else we have going on. Joseph says, Vernon Neal, I might even take a day and go whoop up on some fish this weekend. There you go, guys. That's what we're talking about. Always a good thing to get out there on the lake and have a little bit of fun with it. All right, then Terrell Key says, salute to MoneyBass. Get the likes up. Oh, yeah, guys. I haven't checked it out yet, but let's see how we're looking. Okay, yeah, we have a nice little crowd in here. Have about 27 people. Let me check on these likes real quick. See what Terrell is talking about. Ooh, come on, guys. Those likes are looking kind of famished. They're looking a little hungry. I mean, I have about 8 likes. Can I get maybe 3 or 4 likes, guys? Let's try to get me up to in the teens. How about that? It really does help the channel out, guys, whenever you hit the like button. Like I said, we're just building a community of guys that are going to be meeting each week, you know, share our wins, losses, all that good stuff. And sometimes we're here to help each other out. A lot of guys are running different types of electronics, running into issues with that. And I have people that are in my comments on a regular basis asking questions. And the thing that I do is refer you guys to the live stream. So if you have questions about your electronics, different things like that, always make sure you put those in the live stream, because there are people here that run Humminbird, run Lowrance, Garmin, a combination of any of those units, and things dealing with boats. That was another thing that we're going to be bringing up to guys is boats. There was a guy last week that was looking to purchase a boat, and he got some great information in the live stream. And I can't remember who it was, but if you're in the live stream and you did pick that boat up, come back and let us know. Remember, this is the place where you can come and brag about your wins and losses, guys. All right. And then Terrell Key says that hat is fire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I like that MoneyBass logo. Have that bass with the name in there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So really, really appreciate it. So Terrell Key did pick up one of those hats. So I appreciate that. All right. Then we have Joseph. Let's see what Joseph says. He says, Money, a chainsaw and come along or standard equipment on a boat down here. Oh yeah. He's doing his thing. So yeah, that off the grid, man, if you guys haven't checked that out, that is something that you might want to look into. It's a different world. It's a different world. All right, let's see what Doty Fishing has to say. He says, I've been up there at Toledo. They are going to film the next Jurassic Park movie where Poche was jumping rollers. Uh-oh, guys. Hey, look at that. Okay, so hey, maybe we'll recognize some of the spots in there where those dinosaurs will be running around at. All right, he says there are definitely some hide holes up there. Okay, all right, so good deal. All right, then Terrell says, there you go, guys. Hit the like button. Okay, yeah, I see the likes are coming up. So really, really appreciate that, guys. Like I said, it does help out the channel a lot. All right, and let's go ahead and see one more. What does Joseph have to say? Speaking of new electronics, the new Lowrance HD transducer dropped about a week ago. All right, so you Lowrance guys might want to hop in the chat and start talking about that if anybody's thinking about upgrading or anything like that. So yeah, make sure you guys get active in the comments. You can always network with each other. Some of you guys are in the same states, fish the same lake, same tournaments, all that good kind of stuff. So always a good thing to network with the guys in the comment section. And you never know who is in the chat. So it's always good to hop in there and, get active. All right. So Cool C. All right. Cool C. Member of the Money Team checking in. He says, what's up, Money? I am work. What is that? I am work still lasting. Okay. So I guess you're still at work, but I think you're going to be at Lake Sinclair this weekend. I know you're out there hitting that BFL trail too, fishing the same league that I'm currently in. And you will be fishing that as a co-angler. So make sure you get out there. Maybe you can slide in a practice day or two. But yeah, we're all out here fighting to make it to that regionals, man. So good luck to you on that, and really appreciate you hopping into the live stream. All right, guys. So let's see, guys. So the thing of tonight, Keith Poche was disqualified. And I haven't seen any answers in here. Anybody saying whether they agree or disagree. But let me just check real quick. Just bear with me, guys. Let me see if I can add a poll in here. All right, there we go. Let's start a poll. Do you agree? There we go. Do you agree? So I'm just going to add a poll into the chat section, guys. And basically, we're just going to look to see who agrees with the disqualification, who doesn't agree. And I guess I will put I don't know. And maybe that'll be for the guys who, what are we even talking about? Maybe they don't even keep up with it at all. So I'll put that in here. So do you agree with the disqualification? All right, just bear with me, guys. All right, here we go. All right, so we have a yes, a no, and we have a I don't know what you're talking about. How about that? All right, so here we go. All right, so this is the disqualification. Keith Poche, Toledo, and there we go, guys. All right, let's hop into it. Let me add this in here real quick. All right, so you guys should now be able to see in the chat section. There should be a poll in there. So you guys get active on that poll. Whoa, you guys are getting active pretty quick. All right. And I mean, drop some comments in the comment section, because I want to, like I said, the live stream builds off of the participation in the chat, guys. So I want to see what you guys have to say about it. See what type of evidence you guys have to make you sway one way or the other. So like I said, that'll add a little bit more, a little bit more excitement to the live stream as we get into it. So what I'm going to do while you guys are responding to that poll is just start bringing up a few clips. So one of the things that Keith said is he was posting on Instagram, Facebook. I don't even know if he was on YouTube, but he's posting information out there. And he was like, get the word out. Hey, I want to make sure people understand my side of the thing. And because it's one of those things where if people don't know about it, they may be looking at him as he may have purposely done something wrong and all that kind of stuff. And in fishing itself, guys, tournament fishing especially, having being honest and protecting your word and your name is something big. So I understand exactly why he wants to make sure people understand that he felt that he was in the guidelines and everything for that tournament. So we're going to pull up a few of those things, and hey, he wants us to put this out there. So let me just share my screen. And guys, just bear with me. This is live, so sometimes I have to do a little work. And so what I have to do is share my screen. But before I do that, want to make sure I do give a shout out to the current sponsor of the live stream. Well, it was a double sponsor last week, which was Mark Scott and Mako Mills. And that rolls over until this week, until somebody else decides to say, hold on, let me push you over to the side. I want to be the sponsor of this live stream. All right, so special shout out to the current sponsors of the live stream. All right, so let me just share my screen, guys. Like I said, just bear with me, and we will get this thing rolling. All right, 1 second. Okay, here we go. All right, so what I want to bring up first is, all right, so this is one of the, for me, one of the things where I first started kind of, watching Keith out here do his thing. He just, he seemed like he was just kind of separating himself from the crowd with some of the, I guess, antics or whatever that he would do. So hold on 1 second. Let me just share the screen, guys. And this may be familiar to some of you guys. So this is back during the MLF when they were having the knockout rounds and all this kind of stuff. And they have all of these rules that they kind of separated themselves from just the normal tournament trail. So it added another layer of excitement to it. But let's just take a look at this clip real quick. And this was, him doing his thing, that was kind of a little out of the norm. And let me just share it this way, guys. Hold on 1 second. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let me try one more thing. See if we can do it like that. Nah. All right, here we go. Here we go. We'll keep it like, there we go. That'll work for you guys. All right, so yeah, let's just take a look at this. Does anybody remember this clip right here? Let's just take a look.
I've been getting bit on them trees. I may have to go back out to them. I wanted to dip in here and just see what it was like, see what was going on, see if I can make something happen in here.
Now he's casting on the other side of that dock.
Get on the dock. That's a good one.
Woo.
I can get on the dock, right?
Yeah, it'll be a penalty.
I don't care. That's a big one. That's a big one.
It's a big one, guys. It's a big one.
Oh my gosh. Yes, sir. It's a big one. Oh my gosh. It's a giant. I mean, a giant.
Does like anybody remember this?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's a big one. It's a big one. Come on, baby. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Settle down.
He is doing this thing, guys.
Settle down. Oh my gosh. Settle down. Settle down. My gosh. It's a big one.
Now, I know you guys know the feeling when those things come out of the water like that.
Don't you
Oh,
say.
man, so
Come
close,
here.
so close.
God dang it. I can only reach her. I can only reach her. I can only reach her.
Come on,
Come
get
here.
him, Keith.
She's done. Yeah. Off the dock, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I should have. Folks, if you don't like Major League Fishing, something's wrong with you. To be able to do this, oh my gosh, and catch them like that, unbelievable. I got to get to my boat.
Woo!
He can't get.
Look at that, guys. Now,
man, I'm getting in the water. You can't help me. You can't get the boat to me, huh?
You don't have to be a fishing fan.
15-minute penalty if that official brings him his boat. Not to mention the 3 minutes he's going to have for getting on the dock.
Oh,
and he's got a great big one in his hand. I'm telling you, boys, this is the Energizer Bunny right here.
Boom!
Wow. And it touched the carpet. Let's see how many minutes we're going to have here.
Get this fish back in the water. Are you kidding me?
7 pounds, 5 ounces.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Got that
It
big
took
boy.
a chore to get her, baby. We got her.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna get her back in the water a little bit.
Woo!
How you doing? Oh my gosh. You'll get a picture? Yeah.
Controlled chaos at its best.
No doubt.
All right, there we go, guys. Let me just pause that for a second. All right, so yeah, so that is pretty much how I remember Keith Poche back in the day. He was always kind of doing something a little different, you know what I mean? But I mean, what do you guys think about that? I see Vernon Neal says, oh yeah, I definitely remember that. So that is the kind of thing to me that adds a layer of excitement to fishing. And as you saw, guys, there are people that are in the comments now that do not even watch fishing, but when they see things like this, they see some excitement, they see some action. They're like, man, hey, let me watch a little bit of this. So that was one of the things that I really did like about that format. And when you have people like Keith Poche in there, I mean, hey, it adds another level to it to keep things going and bring in new people into the sport. So yeah, I see you guys getting active in the comments. So I just wanted to play that first just to give you guys, that's kind of how I remember starting off, kind of, you know, seeing Keith out here doing this thing. And like I said, just bringing some excitement to the sport. All right, let me hop back in the comments real quick just to make sure I don't get too far behind. And I see we have some more people checking into the live stream. Welcome to the live stream, guys. As you come into the live stream, please hop into the chat section. Like I tell everybody, the live streams always build off of the participation in the chat. And also, please hit the like button. It really does help the channel and help kind of push the live streams and the channel out there. Each week, we get together at 8 p.m. every Tuesday. That's Eastern time. And we just go over different topics. Some of it may be about tournaments. Some of it could be about electronics. A lot of times we'll talk about electronics, guys. We'll talk about bass boats. There's going to be a co-angler show coming up. So just different things. And I myself, I'm currently fishing the BFL, the Bulldog Division League. So our next tournament is coming up on Lake St. Clair, guys. So we have a little bit of mixture of everything going on in here. So always feel free to come back, get active in the comments, and just enjoy yourselves during these live streams, guys. All right, so let me just check and see where we were at with the comments real quick, and then we'll hop back into another section of the another video clip where Keith kind of explains, you know, what was happening from his side of things. And like I said, he was saying, hey, guys, put this out there so people can hear my side of things and know that I wasn't out there trying to do anything that was against any guidelines. So let's see, where were we at, guys? Hold on, just bear with me real quick. All right, let's see. All right, so there we go. So Terrell Key was letting everybody know that, hey, guys, hit that like button. So, yeah, I think we're looking good on the likes right now. Let me just take another look real quick. So, yeah, we have a good amount of people in here. And, oh, yeah, so, yeah, the likes went up a little bit. But I see a few people didn't quite hit the like button yet. Can I get about maybe three more likes? Oh, man, you guys are getting active on that poll. So anybody that is just checking into the live stream, there is a poll in the chat section. So the question on the poll is basically, let's see, do you agree with the disqualification? And basically, we're talking about Keith Poche on Toledo Bend. So make sure you get active and let us know what you think. And I see there's some guys in here saying, hey, I don't even know what we're talking about. But, hey, I'm just here for the info, here for the fun. So yeah, so make sure you guys get active in the comments. So really, really appreciate that. All right, so let's see who else we have checking in. Man, you guys are getting active, getting messages on my phone and everything. All right, so let's see. We have Joseph. He says, speaking of new electronics, okay, so we got that one right there. We had Cool C. All right. So we have Benny Williams says disagree.
Yes, sir.
And he hit it hard. He put it in all caps, exclamation point. He does disagree with that. So yeah, make sure you drop. Why do you disagree with that? Put that in the comments too. Because like I said, guys, I'm gonna get in here, and the more you guys get active and participate in the comments, the more fun we'll have during this live stream. And hey, you never know who is watching these live streams. So never know who may drop in. We have some people that you might recognize drop in every now and then. So it's always a good deal. All right, then we have Texas Noop says, which unit is the transducer compatible with? So yeah, so there's kind of a Lowrance conversation going on in here too, guys. So like I was saying, just make sure you guys continue to network in there. And if anybody does have questions about that new Lowrance information that was just put in there, feel free to continue getting active in there. All right, so we have Sly Doggy T, and he says, I'm clueless on what actually happened. What's going on, man? I don't know what is going on around here. So can somebody fill me in? So basically, just a quick rundown for anybody that is not familiar with the disqualification. Keith Poche was fishing to a tournament on Toledo Bend. He has I believe it's like an aluminum style boat. It's not a fiberglass boat, which allows him to access areas that most of the anglers cannot get to. So what he did was he jumped a roller dam. And I do have kind of a picture on here to kind of show you guys what that is, but he kind of jumped over an area to access a body of water that was kind of separated from the lake. And that is one of the areas of, I would say, kind of contention, because they were saying that there aren't any creeks or anything, that area that he went to that directly connects it to Toledo Bend. And it's actually managed by a different conservation department or something like that. But that's one of the things they're saying, that it's a separate body of water, but he was able to access it by jumping over that roller dam to get to it. So, but we'll get to that. But that's kind of a quick rundown of what we're looking at. And because of that, he ended up getting disqualified. His day, I believe it was his day one weight, was disqualified from that tournament. And obviously, it kind of set him back in the points and also some money. All right, so let's see. We have Dodie Fishing says, as long as he did not get out of the boat, he played by the rules. Okay, so you're saying he doesn't even have, if he stays in the boat, then he's good. Okay. All right, so Robert Campbell says, just what is a roller dam? Hey, from my understanding, it's just kind of like a berm that kind of separates two level bodies of water. And there's kind of a berm that just goes up just a little higher than both sides of that. So if you have one body of water here, another body of water here, then there'll be an area that sits just above those two bodies of water. And depending on the type of boat you have, you can kind of speed up and just jump right over that area. So I do have an image of that I'll show you guys in just a minute. All right, then we have Brad says, hearing Keith Poche's explanation of his interpretation of the rules, hard disagree. Okay, so you disagree with the disqualification. Oh yeah, so yeah, right now I see, guys, so we have about 20 votes so far in the poll that is in the chat. So if you want to get active in that poll, just go ahead and hop on it. It's in the chat. So we have 20 people that have participated, and we have 55% say no, they do not disagree. I mean, they disagree with the disqualification. They do not think he should have been disqualified. And we have 14% that says yes, he should have been disqualified. All right, so we have Jim checking in. Jim says, hey, I need some facts. I'm not just going to hop in this poll without knowing some facts. Let me see what's going on around here first. All right, then we have Dodie Fish, and he says, roller dam has a set of tracks with rollers to get over the dam, similar to a long boat trailer. Okay, so yeah, and so do they all set up that way? Because I have never seen one in person, I don't believe. But the things that I found online, it didn't have a like some metal rollers or anything like that. It was kind of just like a berm from what I saw, kind of like a sandbar or something like that. All right, hold on, just bear with me real quick, guys. Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see what else we have going on. Oh guys, we have another member of the money team checking in. We have, just bear with me real quick, guys. All right, so we have Big Jim checking into the live stream tonight. Big Jim says, what is up, everybody? What's going on, Big Jim? Glad you made it into the live stream. Hey, you know how we do, Jim. We're just having a little bit of fun over here.
Yes, sir.
Just getting into the topic of the night. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Keith Poche and, you know, the things that have been going on. Hey, I mean, like I was saying earlier, I think has picked up kind of a new fan base. It was always kind of a give and take. Yeah, you definitely want to pick up that win or, you know, or have those points and get credit for what you fished. But hey, I mean, it's still a good side to it. I mean, it got his name out there a little bit more too. All right, then Joseph says, yep. All right, let's see. He says, when you got a big one on and you need the weight, better to have a fish and take a penalty than not get the fish. Oh yeah. So yeah, he jumped over that jumped on that dock to get that fish. All right, guys. So I'm going to try to keep up with you guys because you guys are getting active in the comments. So really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support of the channel, guys. All right. So Vernon Neal says, definitely remember that. So yeah, he was talking about that clip I played. All right. So here we go. Joseph says, old boy, say, you know, I'm going to have to give you a penalty for that. Keith said, yeah, go right ahead. Oh yeah. For a 7.5 pounder. Oh yeah. I'd have took a penalty too. All right. Joseph says, ref doesn't look happy that he drew Keith. Like, come on, man, this dude brings the excitement. Oh yeah. I mean, but if you know you're gonna be riding with somebody that might jump a dam and all this kind of stuff, might be a little nervous too. But yeah, so that judge was in there doing his thing. But Keith was like, oh yeah, I'm about to hop on this dock and take that penalty. All right, let me see. Big Jim out there boat flipping everything. All right, guys, getting active in the comments. All right, Benny says, love him. They need to classify the rules far better. If you have to have panels to rule on it, you probably need to let it ride. Man, that's a tough one, guys. That is, yeah, it's kind of a tough one because you have to look at safety rules and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Let's keep moving, guys. So I'm gonna pull up some more clips and we'll continue talking about it. All right. So Derek Fulton says, what's up, money? What's going on, Derek? Glad to have you checking into the live stream. And special shout out to the Facebook crew. Oh yeah, it's live and active on Facebook, guys. Really appreciate you taking the time to log in and get active in the comments. All right, then we have David checking in. He says, what happened? What's going on? What's the news around here? What are you guys talking about? So hopefully you caught whenever I did clarify that. If not, just drop a question in the comments and maybe I can you know, just go over something that you didn't quite understand, or maybe somebody in the comments will put some clarification in there. But for the guys that think he should have been disqualified, what is your reasoning behind that? What are you guys seeing out there to make you say yes? And let's see. Yeah, we have a few more votes in here. But yeah, the no's, people are saying for the most part, no, he should not have been disqualified. And for people that are saying that, why is that? What information have you seen that would make you say, no, he should not have been disqualified? All right. So Derek Fulton says, if the water isn't connected, then he broke the rules. Oh yeah. So that is one of the things they're saying.
Yes, sir. Was
that body of water connected? And that would be something that is kind of inside of those guidelines as to why he wouldn't have, you know, why they would have, the panel would have went ahead and DQ'd him on that one. So, was it actually connected? All right. So Joseph says, if you haven't bass fished out of a GT, it's definitely a game-changing experience. All right. So yeah, I haven't done that. All right. So Brad Browning checking in. Glad to see you in the live stream. He says he's got an 18-foot Gator Tracks boat with a 90 horsepower, I think. Man, that thing was moving kind of fast for a 90 horsepower. Let's see. He says motor, and people are claiming unfair advantage. Hey, I mean, yeah, that one's kind of tough for me, guys. But what do you think? I mean, should there be a standard where everybody has the same equipment? You know what I mean? Like because if you're competing against somebody in a race and somebody is allowed to have a motorcycle and this other person has a, you know, a NASCAR or whatever, I mean, is it really an even thing? Or is it just by you're able to they give you a list of items that you can and can't have, as long as you're taking things that are allowed within that sport, then you can run with it. So yeah, so some people are saying it's an unfair advantage. So I guess it just depends on how you look at it. He's going to get access to uncharted areas that whenever you get there, those fish may be like, hey, I've never even seen a lure before. I'm just used to eating anything I see without even having to think about it. So, hey, maybe it's a little give and take, because to get to some of these places that he is getting to, guys, he has to put in some time. So he is losing time fishing too. And with this, like you said, that 90 horsepower motor. So he's losing a lot of fishing time. So he has to make sure he's on his game whenever he gets out there and decides to make that decision. All right. So the Iceman series checking in. What is going on? He says if it's off limits, then yes, he agrees with that disqualification. All right. So yeah, I think that was the thing that was the main kind of factor in that. I think they were saying that body of water was not connected. But I think I have something that I can pull up to kind of let's see, that may. Man, you guys are rolling. You guys are getting active in the comments. All right, let me just try to get through here again real quick, guys. So Darren Pearson checking in. He says, if that area was not out of balance, let me see, I guess off bounds, then he should not have been disqualified. All right, so yeah, I mean, that definitely makes sense. All right, then Texas Snoop says, if he is able to do it because of the boat he chose before the season started, it's all good. Oh, yeah. So if the water is fishable water, meaning that it is connected to that body of water, then it's all good. All right. Then Joseph says, Doty, I don't see how Bass can post their rules, and it was fully within those rules according to Texas Wildlife. I could see for safety, but there's not really anything unsafe about it. Man, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. So let me just share my screen real quick, because there's some people in here that do not quite understand what we're referring to. So just give me a second, guys. What I will do is I will pull up some examples of how it looks whenever you actually jump one of these sandbars. And like I said, guys, from what I found, I don't know if what I found was the actual roller dam that they were referring to. That footage for me was kind of hard to find. But if anybody knows a link to it, please make sure you drop that in the comments. But I'm going to show you what I have right here. Hold on just a second, guys. All right, here, let me share my screen. All right, like I said, guys, just bear with me. This is a live show, so sometimes I may have to do a little work. All right, so let me drop that screen and share this one. All right, so this one right here. All right, so this is from Keith Poche's Instagram. All right, here we go. And like I said, guys, he reached out to everybody and said, hey, put this out there so we can get the word out there. I want to make sure that nobody's out there kind of putting something on my name that shouldn't be. So I just want everybody to know that I don't feel I did anything that was outside of the rules. So, all right, let me drop this down. Joseph, real quick. Special shout out to the money team. Checking in, coming in strong into the live stream. Really, really appreciate it. All right. And let's see. Did I share it? Okay, there we go. All right, let me add this on here. All right, so this is from his Instagram, guys. So okay, so again, can you guys see that? Actually, let me see if I can make that bigger for you guys. All right, so I just turned the volume down because it was kind of loud. But do you see that? So that boat, he is not in a fiberglass boat. And so when you guys are saying safety wise, that skeg is running across the ground right there. So I know you guys have heard of people's boats hitting logs and different things like that, to where that motor could come loose and flip in the boat. So if you were a marshal in that boat, would you feel safe doing that? I mean, this one looks kind of tame, but I mean, hey, he's still out here doing his thing. But the other thing to it, guys, is like I was saying before. Let me just keep it up there so you guys can see it. But to me, it does add another level to the whole fishing game. Whenever you see somebody out here doing this, kind of like these cowboy antics, they're out here, they're a rebel. They're going against the grain on things. The average fisherman. So now you're going to have guys out there with their electronics. There's guys that will enjoy watching that. You have guys out here that are cutting logs and going back into creeks and jumping dams and all this kind of stuff to access bodies of water. So it would, to me, is it a good thing, bad thing? I can kind of see the safety side of it, because it does kind of add a little something that may be kind of questionable in there. But that is kind of an idea of what we're talking about, guys. So he jumped from one body of water to the other one. And that other body of water, whenever the water level is low. So if you take a look, whenever the water level is up, then those two bodies of water can connect. But whenever that water level drops, you don't have direct access to that second body of water. So that's kind of hopefully that gives you guys kind of an idea. And if anybody in the comments wants to give further clarification, please feel free to hop in there and voice your opinions on it, guys. What do you think? All right, so let me just hop back in here and get back into the comments real quick. And then what I'll do, I'll go through a few more comments, and then we will pull up Keith Poche himself, and pull up his statement that he put on his Instagram. And that way, you know, you guys can hear it directly from him as far as what he was thinking. And then I have some information from what Bass used to determine the rule that they followed and why they made the decision that they made. All right, so let me just hop back into the comments real quick, guys. Let's see, where were we at? All right, let's see. Let me just pause that over here. All right, here we go. All right, so Brad says it was all dirt and sand. Okay, so hey, maybe that clip right there is the actual clip. I'm not for sure on that though, guys. But he said that it's all dirt and sand. So when I think of a roller dam, I'm kind of thinking of those rollers that you know that are actually physical small rollers, kind of what you see that keep cattle in a certain area. But like I said, I am not familiar with roller dams at all, other than these few clips that I was able to find. All right, then Joseph says, money, picture a bunch of PVC pipe sunk into a shallow bank. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so that is kind of what I was thinking. All right, then let's see. Keith says currently running 3 Helix. All right, so shout out to Keith. Shout out to Keith. I think Keith hit me up in my either on Facebook or on Instagram with this question. So let me just go ahead and read this out. And if there's anybody in the comment section that can help Keith out, and guys, remember, we are building a community of like-minded guys. Everybody is in here for the love of the sport, love of fishing. You know, just whether you're fun fishing, tournament fishing, all of that good stuff. Maybe you just want to get out there with your kids, grandkids, have some fun with everything. That's what we're here for. So let's see if we can help Keith out with this one. So Keith says currently running 3 Helix, 1 at console, 2 on bow with Mega Live and Target Lock. After the latest update, my Mega Live has so much clutter, and Mega Live depth is jumping all over the place. Any suggestions? All right, so yeah, make sure you guys get active in there and see if you can help Keith out with that. All right, so let's see. Joseph says they call it a roller ramp because the angles allow you to roll right over it. Okay, all right, so that sounds good. All right, so we got Big Jim already stepping in, seeing if he can. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here we go. Look at Big Jim. He says Keith explained on Low Budget Live that the waters was not off limits. The waters did have a spillway that connected it. Okay. All right. So that may eliminate that one right there. He called Texas Department. What is that? Texas Department to see if he can fish it before the tournament. All right. So the thing that I would just add about that is, while that department may say that it's okay, but I don't think you're talking about bass themselves. So there could be where they say that, yes, it's open to the public, but the tournament itself, it may not be active water for the tournament. So that's kind of something that was in question with that too. All right, then let's see. Roy Johnson says if he doesn't get out of the boat and the body of water was not deemed off limits before the tournament, then his weight counts. Oh, yeah. Okay, so wait a minute, guys. Let me ask you this, though. So when they say, and I know this one is kind of whenever it said that your boat cannot leave the body of water. Hold on. Let me just share my screen again, guys. All right, here we go. How did I have this before where I had it a little bigger for you? Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go. All right, so check it out, guys. Let me just drop this down real quick. And right here, did his boat leave tournament waters? What do you guys think? Yes, no? Would you consider that out of tournament waters? That one's kind of tricky. So I know a lot of guys were referring to that when they're saying like, hey, the boat did leave tournament water. Some people are saying like, hey, that's maybe what would be the difference if he was running the lake and hit a log and went airborne, or hit a wave and hit airborne? So those two just seem, I don't know about that one, guys. But what do you think? Would you consider this as his boat leaving tournament waters, when right here it is 100% out of the water? It's totally on land right here. All right. So yeah, just a question. So what do you guys think? Is his boat out of water? So if you think it's out of water, out of tournament waters, put yes, out of tournament waters. If you don't, put no, it is still in tournament waters, even though it is 100% on land at that point right there where you can see. But let me just play it again so you guys can see that. See how far that goes. And like I said, this may not be the actual clip, but this kind of gives you guys an idea of how whenever he's jumping things, how that looks. And he does a lot of this kind of stuff on Off the Grid, guys. You guys have to make sure you take a look at his website. I'm on the YouTube. So just search Off the Grid on YouTube. All right. And just bear with me real quick, guys. Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, so yeah, so that's basically what I was just saying on that point. All right, so let me just stop that and hop back up here real quick, guys. All right, so where were we at? That was Rory Johnson that was saying that. So yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, it's kind of an interesting one, guys. All right, then we have Bob Freeman says, "Good evening, everybody. Go get them, Keith, Off the Grid." Oh yeah, it is an exciting show, especially if you like outdoors. So man, you guys are definitely getting active in the comments. So what I may have to do is, like I was saying, shout out to the Money Team, guys. Whenever I start getting kind of behind in the chat, what I'll do is I'll just kind of roll through and hit some of the Money Team comments so that I don't get too far behind, guys, and we can keep everything rolling. But actually, let's see. Yeah, I'm not too far behind. All right, so let's see. Chris says, "I disagree with the disqualification. That being said, I think if he would have asked and practiced if he could fish that area, then they would have told him yes." Ooh, okay. Keith has brought up a good point. There is something in the rules that says to ask. There's a deadline that you have to contact if you have questions to ask. And that one thing right there, that may have eliminated that problem. All right. So Joseph says, "Keith L, try turning the gain." Okay. So yeah, so you guys are definitely helping Keith out there. Really appreciate that. All right. So Dodie Fishing says, "Water was connected." All right. So the water was connected. So yeah. So hey, if I guess we all agree that if the water was not connected, then jumping, hitting that roller dam, that would be enough for them to go ahead and approve that disqualification. But let's say the water was connected. What are some other reasons that that they could have went through with that disqualification? All right, man. Okay, yeah, I thought I was catching up to you guys. You guys are rolling. All right, here we go. All right, so Academic Mailbox says, "MLF anglers and opens now discover there are difference between BPT qualifier tournament rules and those at the bass side. You have to throw the ball in the net to clock in and not just enter no weight." Okay, yeah, so there are different rules whenever you're going into these different leagues. All right, then somebody said he's running a 115 and not a 90 horsepower. All right, Jason, shout out to the Money Team. He says, "At my delivery, Money, catch up with you next Tuesday, brother." All right, really appreciate you stopping in. Shout out to the Money Team and Jason. All right, so Brad says, "Careful with the amount of electronics now. You can say the same thing about unfair advantage." Oh yeah. But I mean, because if you're not running the exact same electronics, then maybe one could be better than the other at this and that. So yeah, I don't think things are going to be made to where they are just completely equal unless you give them all the same boats, the same equipment, all of that stuff. So I think we all kind of disagree. I'm sorry, that we all kind of agree that it is not necessarily going to be 100% level playing field for everyone. Based on the equipment, different sponsors, different types of equipment, rods, reels, all of that kind of stuff can kind of go into it whenever you start downloading it in real detail like that. All right, so Big Jim Fishing, he says this is the same argument that was made for the Roland Martin rule. no jet engines and use same boat all year, but rolling was not DQ'd. Oh yeah, man, don't you hate it? Don't you hate it when there's some exception, but somebody kind of slides through those cracks like that? But hey, I mean, I guess you live and you learn. So Harry, what is going on? We have Harry checking in. He says, sounds like DP or the Hawk set the trend for Keith Poche to follow. Hope you're doing well, Money. Oh yeah, we're having some fun in here tonight. Just going over it. I mean, everybody's, hopping in here, putting their thoughts, ideas, opinions in here, seeing, how we can continue to kind of, have some excitement in this and help the sport grow. And hopefully kind of eliminate these type of issues so there aren't these DQs. But I mean, when you see the type of things that Keith Poche is out here doing, you kind of gotta love it. I mean, because it's adding a new, a new touch, some different excitement into the fishing game that everybody is used to seeing. All right, so we have Joseph checking in. He says, Money. So the guys with higher dollar boats are at a disadvantage to the guy in a little old tin boat with limited horsepower. Can argue that because a $200,000 flat boats with a 250 will go to. So I guess what you're saying is, let's say somebody has a bass boat 250, just that standard thing, all electronics, all of that good kind of stuff, right? But somebody else has a John boat. And I mean, everybody in here that has fished tournaments where you look to your left and your right and you see bass boats, then you see a John boat. People that know that guy in that John boat may be there to kind of put a spanking on everybody because they may know some things. So you can't really discount it because of that boat. And yes, having access to areas where other fishermen don't, I would say that isn't, that can definitely be an advantage. So yeah, I know some people can see it both ways. And really, to me, I would say it depends on what body of water that you would be fishing also. All right, so we have Jim. He says he seemed to hold his hat on the fact that the Texas Wildlife said it was legal to fish in there. It doesn't mean that it was part of the tournament waters. That is correct. That's what I was saying earlier. And his boat has a 150 on it. Okay, so we went from a 90. We went to a 115, and now we're at a 150. So yeah. And what I would say, I would think that when I saw him jumping some of these other dams and things like that, that I would think that he's probably running a 150 because that boat was moving kind of fast. All right, then bottom line outdoors, he says the water is connected. All right, then Harry says, Joseph says, Harry, you keep bringing up brake jobs and Money is going to develop a tick. Oh yeah, man, we're going to make something happen with that. All right, let's see. Then Harry says, I agree with Big Jim fishing about it's the same as a lock between bodies of water. How you doing, Big Jim? Okay, so for me, I would disagree with being on land as being the same as being in a lock. From what I understand, I've never been through a lock, but from what I've seen on locks, I've never seen anywhere the boat actually leaves the body of water, where it leaves water. So I would say that, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that one. I think that being on land is different from still being in water. All right. And then, all right, so you guys are in here talking a little bit. Let's see. All right. So now I'm trying to get caught up with you guys. So what I'll do is I'll just hop through and read the Money Team members real quick. And that way I can get caught up and then we can hop right back into the next video clip. All right. So Joseph says, how is this? A guy on a boat alone doing this under 20 miles per hour more dangerous than guys running 70 miles per hour in a gaggle all around each other racing to a spot? Oh yeah. That's kind of dangerous too. That's why that blast off, you kind of have to take your time and watch what you're doing on the blast off. All right, let's see what else we have, guys. Hold on. Harry says, Money talking about cattle. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out what that roller dam was. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. We have Big Jim Fishing. He says, Keith L., I'm releasing a video on Thursday at 5 p.m. on how to fix. All right, so that's what I was talking about, Keith. There's guys in here that would definitely be able to help you out. All right, then we have Sly Doggy TN. Let's see. He says that did some searches and the official thing was called a roller boat ramp. All right, there you go. All right, so Joseph, member of the Money Team, he says, Bass stated all legal waters open to the public for fishing were in play. All right. Oh, yes, we're getting into it, guys. All right, Big Jim says, if the water was off limits by bass, they would have posted it. All right, gotcha. All right, 100%. Oh man, okay, all right. So let's see what this poll is looking like, because I see you guys in the chat. Okay, so we're up to 60%. So we're up to 35 votes, and 60% is saying no, he should not have been disqualified. So all it takes is one of those rules to be broken, that they were kind of lining up for that disqualification to stand. So right now everybody's saying the bodies of water were connected. So that would eliminate that part. The other thing that was brought up was the boat actually leaving the body of water. And from the clip that I just showed, you saw that the boat was actually 100% on land. So would anybody think that that is enough for them to honor that disqualification? What do you guys think about that? All right, let's see. All right, just bear with me, guys. Hold on just a second. All right, there we go. Accidentally hit the mute button. All right, so let's see. Harry says, slippery slope about boat not leaving the water. What about running in 3 to 4 foot waves, for example? So that would be the same as actually having the boat on land. What do you think about that? All right, so let's see. Walleye Slayer 23 checking in. What is going on? He says, I think Randy Blockett sank his his body years ago to get sank his boat years ago to get under a bridge to fish. In my opinion, I think he's a genius for doing what he did. If it was if it was legal fishing waters. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, Randy was known for doing some things out there, having extra cans of gas and all that stuff. All right, so Joseph says, Harry, they'd have to DQ all the guys running hard in the big waves. Yeah, that was kind of, I don't think they'd approve that one right there. I think that would, the panel would not say that is the same as going across land. All right, so let's see, sank his boat, not body. Gotcha. All right, then let's see. Brad says, yeah, I don't think that's from the tournament based on how the trees look. Right. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think that clip that I was showing is the actual tournament. But yeah, I have another one, and I think the other one that I have is. But let's see. I'm almost caught up, guys. Let's see where we're at. All right. So we have Joseph. Joseph says that footage was filmed from a guy who was fishing on the bank and met Keith at the weigh-in and sent it to him by cell phone. Yeah, I remember him saying that there was somebody out there crappie fishing or something like that actually recorded him jumping it. So we'll get into that too. All right. So Texas Noob says, I'm sure his boat sponsors has something good and bad to say about that stunt. Oh, I think the boat sponsors are loving it, because after seeing that, if you were thinking about getting that style of boat and you see what he's able to do with that boat, I think that is a definite positive for the manufacturer of that boat. All right. Then Doty Fishing says, he says, damn it, the water he fished was connected. Stop saying it's not connected. He says it was connected. There were 2 small drains feeding back to the river. Okay. All right, Doty, you got it. So it's connected. All right, so Joseph, let's see what Joseph said. Joseph says, Doty, according to Texas Wildlife, but you know who are they to say it is or isn't connected, right? All right. So we have a little bit of disagreement in there on that one. So Joseph, I guess you're still saying that it wasn't connected, or it may not have been. All right. So Joseph also says, I sent you the videos. You see where we go. I've sent you the videos. You see where we go. And I take my 22.5-foot strike where he went any day of the week. All right. And then Harry says, you can't fish in the lock area and going to another body of water. All right. Then Jim, let's see what Jim has to say. All right, man, you guys are moving. I'm almost caught up to you. All right, so Jim says he has to fish every tournament from that boat. So a disadvantage at times with locks. What is that? Tournament states whether you can lock or not. All right. Brad says, did Bass actually make a statement on this? I know KP appealed it, but it was upheld. That is correct. So I think they did make a statement about it. All right. So Joseph, let's see. Joseph hopped in and said, Texas Wildlife and Fisheries states that the roller dam was specifically put in for bass boats to access those waters. That is correct. But even though that was put in there for people to access that, that thing was that if they weren't connected, but I see you guys are saying that it was connected. So maybe somebody has confirmed that. So we're just trying to get to the bottom of it, guys. All right. So Dodie says, Joseph, the area he fished is part of Toledo Bend. The Sabine River Authority said so. All right. All right. So let's see. Brad says, Randy put out a video on this the other day. He supports KP. Oh, yeah. He has a lot of support out there. He has a lot of support. All right, so let's see. Robert says, if that is the true pick, where is the Marshall? Yeah, so that one that I'm showing is not, but I think I may have the actual one. Whenever I play that, somebody may know for sure and just can kind of confirm it. All right, so let's see. Almost there, guys. Let's see. Land, yes, but roller ramp with water connecting the legal from the Texas Wildlife, I would say no. He should have checked with Bass first. Was his mistake. Probably a little politics as well as fishing. Or both. All right. And Jim says, would like to hear the facts that the appeals judges were told. All right. Then let's see. We have Trend checking in. Says, seems like Bass is enforcing the spirit of the rules, not the actual wording. Let me see. I first thought DQ was right call. Not so sure now. Yeah. So I think there's some things that are at the discretion of the, even at weigh-ins, it's at the discretion of the tournament director. So yeah, so there's gonna be some wiggle room in some of these things, guys. Guys, we have Shimano Shane checking back in. Haven't seen you in a while. All right, he says controversy follows Poche wherever he goes. Hey man, sometimes you need a little excitement in some fishing, especially when you're out there throwing a worm or dragging a Carolina rig. You know, you're just waiting for a fish to bite, but then here comes Poche jumping over a dam, going over your head like the Dukes of Hazzard or something like that. Then you're like, hey, wake everybody! Everybody wakes up. All right, then Harry says money needs gator tracks, but yeah, I wouldn't mind having a gator tracks. Go down there and hang out with him in Louisiana, in New Orleans. All right, so let's see. Jim says Niagara Falls is a drain. Wow, that's a big drain right there. All right, let's see. Joe says Harry, he might need a little seat time as a passenger to get those sea legs under him in a GT. Hey, yeah, I would need to get a little used to that. I'm not so used to being on the co-wing or on the passenger side right now, especially when somebody else is jumping waves. I like holding the steering wheel when we're out there jumping waves. All right, Ron Hurd says, so the panel that ruled are wanting to fish bass, so that are not going. Let me see. So the panel that ruled are wanting to fish bass so that are not going to go against bass. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I see what you're saying. So the panel may have been biased in your opinion on that one. All right, then Brad says earlier this year, people were barricading a ditch Keith Poche was accessing with giant rocks to prevent him from getting him to his area. Politics are definitely involved. Man, that is rough. And I heard about that. So that is crazy. So let's say you have spectators that are watching this tournament go on and they want somebody else to win. So they go and start putting rocks, logs, or what if somebody just takes their boat out there and just blocks the area and say, I'm not going to move? That's kind of tough right there. All right. Shimano Shane saying ish. So yeah, then that lock incident where he went and bumped into that boat. He was trying to make that lock. He was trying to make that time. But yeah, I know what you're talking about on that one. All right. And okay. And then so Brad says he doesn't think it was spectators. Man, that's rough right there. If another angler went out there and played some defensive fishing, that's tough. That is tough right there. All right. So let me drop this down real quick. What I'll do now is pull up. Let me see where Keith was actually talking. Actually, let me do this first, guys. All right. Let me drop that. Bring this up here. Now, I'm going to show you some clips from off the grid. And so just imagine this kind of stuff being in a fishing tournament. It would change the game. I can see a little bit of safety concerns maybe because, you're dealing with equipment and chainsaws and all this kind of stuff. But let me just share my screen. So bear with me, guys. And once again, want to make sure I give a shout out to the current sponsor of the live stream. And like I said, guys, this carried over from last week. Whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, support for the channel during the live stream is the sponsor of the live stream. Currently, the carryover sponsors from last week are Mark Scott and Mako Mill. So special shout out to you guys. Really, really appreciate the strong support for the channel. All right, so let me get back to sharing the screen real quick. All right, and this one is, all right, just bear with me, guys. All right, just want to get the right clip up here for you. Okay, here we go. All right, let me share this. All right, so here we go, guys. Some of you guys may have seen some of this stuff. All right, let me just drop you down right here. So this, I'm just going to show just a few clips in here so you guys can see the kind of things that he does. And look at the boat. That boat that he is in is a little different. Let me just turn the volume down on that a little bit. Actually, let me just turn the volume all the way down. We don't need the volume on there. All right, so this is just to give you guys an idea. So there he is running. Look at him. He's cutting trees, getting stuck on rocks, and making it back to areas that are just kind of not accessible to people. Take a look at that. He's winching and pulling his boat over a beaver dam on that. All right, so he's running down the lake. Let me just skip through here real quick, guys. So he's going through the lake and he runs up to an area. Look at that. Big beaver dam. Look how high that beaver dam is. And that is not going to stop him. He's like, hey, I've been through this before. I think there are fish on the other side. So to me, it's like, especially, I doubt that he would do something like this during the tournament because of the, the time limitations that you have. But even if you're doing anything close to this, to where you're getting your boat back, winching a boat and all this kind of stuff, that is cutting into your tournament fishing. And I mean, it's going to add a different level for the viewer to actually be able to sit and watch some stuff like that. And I don't know if you just saw what was in his hand. Hold on. Look what's in his hand, guys. That's a different type of fishing right there. You need some protection. You don't know what's going to jump out of the woods and grab a hold to you. But let me see. Let me just speed through here real quick and just show you guys. All right. So take a look at that. So he is actually winching himself over that dam, getting to the other side. So he's known for this type of stuff, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Now that would be something. I mean, who wouldn't like to see some stuff like that going on during a regular fishing tournament? And there he goes. Look at that. So he got a snake. All right. And this is from Off the Grid. So if you just search Off the Grid Keith Poche on YouTube, then this stuff will come up, guys. All right, now check this out. Now that is a beaver dam right there. Let's see. All right, so he dropped off the cameraman, and there he goes backing up. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. Man, what do you guys think about that? Who wouldn't want to see some extra things like that during the tournament? There's somebody out there doing a little bit of everything. Somebody running down the lake, fishing a frog, somebody out in deep water with their electronics. Then you have Keith Poche back here jumping creeks and fighting off snakes and all that kind of stuff and still coming in with 5 fish. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So let's see what else he was doing in this one. But like I said, guys, this is just a quick little sample from some of the stuff that he has on that Off the Grid. So like I said, I think that this definitely brings a new, people that weren't aware that he was doing this type of things. And now look at that. So he goes back there after doing all of that. And remember, you just need to bring in 5 good ones, guys. So if you've done a little research and you're able to get back to a spot to where those fish are not used to having you know, people coming back there with lures. So and it looked like, yeah, it came out. He grabbed it right when it came out of his mouth, guys. So yeah, so that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So yeah, good deal with that. Good deal. All right, let me see. Where were we at, guys? So I'm going to pull up a clip whenever he was talking about, you know, giving his response in just a second. All right, let's see. I don't think it happened. Okay, with spectators. So yeah, so you're thinking that some of the actual other fishermen, other anglers went and put those rocks out there. I don't know. This seems like they could get DQ'd for that. Because if they're going back, yeah, I don't know. That seems a little odd that they'd be able to go back out there and kind of block off water if they're actual participants in the tournament. All right, so Kevin Poche definitely thinks it was other anglers. He's not the most well-liked guy on the tour. Why is that? Why is it? Yeah, so I don't really know too much about him, but I mean, I just know the stuff that I see as far as the fishing side of it. All right, so let's see. Brad Browning says that Shimano Shane, I bet KP. Okay, I bet KP in that fight. All right. All right, Harry says he was packing heat. Oh, yeah, he was out there ready for it. He was ready for some action. Uh-oh, come on, man. Not the Rugers barking again. All right, then we have Vernon Neal says he has that Ruger in his hand. Come on, guys, do not support this bad behavior. All right, shout out to Vernon Neal and Harry. All right, let's see what else we have. So wouldn't buy his boat after a year of him using it for a whole year. Oh, yeah. Now, that would be kind of tough. That would be a tough one. I mean, you know that boat has been out there and been through some things. Oh, yeah. So he was winching his boat over that dam. All right. And let's see what we have right here. So Josh Johnson, he says, has been doing this his whole fishing career from what I've heard. Hey, yeah, that's a good thing. All right, let's see. And then Brad says that Harry, he's been doing this forever in that boat. Can't hurt it or a Mercury. Man. Oh, yeah. I mean, that right there, people seeing that Mercury, making it through all that murky, muddy water and being able to jump. I mean, I know that skeg gets worn down. He probably has to have some have something added to that skeg or something to keep it from getting, you know, grinding all the way down from going over everything. All right, so let me just bring that back down again, guys, and share my screen. All right, so what I'll do now is I will pull up the clip that I was just referring to where he was kind of giving his side of things. All right, hold on, just bear with me, guys. All right, let's see. Let me share this screen. All right, and while we're doing this, just want to give another shout out to the Money Team. If anybody is interested in supporting the channel and becoming a member of the Money Team, the link is right below the video. There's just a little join button down there. You can click on that, and it will give you some of the basic information about the channel, guys. All right, so here we go. Let me share that. All right, here we go, guys. Just blow that up for you. All right, and get the sound on. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, let me reset it and get the sound on for you guys. Where'd it go? Okay, hold on. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. It's a live show, work in progress. But I'll go ahead and play it while I'm so you guys can be listening to the audio.
Guys, I'm here on Lay Lake. Try to get me a little practice in today. I've been dealing with some stuff with Bassmaster. They DQing me for the open, my last open on Toledo Bend because I jumped a little old rollover down. That's intended to be jumped. I mean, it's made for that. I mean, you can go to the Texas Wildlife Management Area and see that it's. They even confirmed it was tournament waters. I don't know. I don't even. It's laughable. It really is. So I don't know. I want to put something out here right off the bat because I didn't know they was going to put something out there about me like that quick like that. I'm trying to compete. I got a tournament tomorrow. Like all this stuff surrounding this. They only gave me a time limit to deal with this. I mean, I kind of felt like it was kind of intentional to lead up to right before this event. But Yeah, I'm gonna put a lot of stuff. I got a lot of evidence, that I submitted to Bass, and a lot of stuff that I think you're gonna find interesting. That I didn't do anything wrong, and the fact that this was upheld is absolutely amazing. It's laughable. It's a farce. It really is a farce of what they're trying to do. I don't even know what to say right now, but please stay tuned. I'll probably do a pretty lengthy video explaining everything about what happened, exactly what happened. So pretty much what their position is, you can't jump a beaver dam, you can't jump a log, you can't jump anything. They say my boat left tournament waters, which by jumping something, I mean, I'm not intentionally like leaving the body of water and like going somewhere and coming back. It's absolutely hilarious. So yeah, y'all stay tuned. We got some good information coming out, and can't wait to share it with you. And I'd love to hear your comments. What's up, guys?
All right, there we go with that. So that was one of his statements right there, guys. All right, just bear with me again. What I'll do is just find that other one real quick, and then we can play that too. All right, I think this is the other one.
All right, good morning.
All right, hold on. Let me just share my screen again, guys. All right, here we go. So let's see what else he had to say.
I'm about to start the event here on Lay Lake. I just wanted to give another little update. I feel like I got to defend myself. Something's been put out there about me. It's almost like a defamation of character because it's a lie. It's not true. What I did is not illegal, and I'm about to justify that. Rule 6 on the Bassmaster rules is, competitors are responsible for research of all fishing and boating regulations. That's what I did. I took the time to research that and verify that it's legal to fish in there, and it was legal to boat in there. So this is no different than going through a lock and dam. Bass just didn't take the time to investigate it enough to deem it off limits. I'll go a little further. Only waters open to all public fishing will be considered tournament waters. Rule 14, that states there that it's open, so it's part of tournament water. So, in other words, it's no different than what I did than going through a lock and dam. You can't fish in a lock and dam, so that's non-tournament water. So anglers enter a non-tournament waters area to access the other tournament water part on the other side. So I don't see what the difference is or what I did. I followed the law, and I'm gonna go a little further here. Let's look at that. And some people say, why didn't I tell the tournament directors? He says, prior to 8 a.m. local time, the day before the tournament is scheduled to begin, any questionable areas must be brought to the attention of the tournament officials to be considered tournament waters. What's questionable? I followed the law. How is following the law questionable? I have a hard time understanding how following the law is questionable. So I did the research. I followed the law. I got the right permits. I went through an area that's meant to be boated through. I mean, what is the problem here? I mean, someone please explain it to me. Please share the heck out of this. I mean, because this is the rules. This is facts, and that's what I'm here to offer: the facts and the truth about what I did. And I'm going to continue because this is a wrongful disqualification because the facts are on my side 100%. And I'm not going to let it, because I have a right to put this on my story out there, because I don't want people thinking that I did something wrong. I mean, they took money from me. This is my family. This is my livelihood. So here's the facts. Here's the truth. So please look at this. Please share it. Please, tell me where I went wrong by following the law. Every part of these rules is I follow. So I just want you guys to, I just want to give you an update. There's a lot more information to come, but it's just hard for me to fish this event, come here at Lay Lake. I'm trying, I can't just let this go, because I have to fight for the truth, for for the good of what I did. I mean, I can't just lay down and let people think I did something I didn't do, so something wrong. So I want to provide the evidence. I have tons of evidence. So this is just another piece. I hope you guys look at this. Take it. It's a serious situation. Take it seriously and look at the facts, because the other side did not provide any facts. It's all I believe, or I feel, or we in our interpretation. You did this. So there is no facts, no tangible facts they can give me. But like I said, it's no different than locking through. State law allows you to do that. So I don't see how following the law is wrong. Please share, please comment, please share, and keep watching for more updates. All right, good morning.
All right, there we go. So that was that, guys. All right, just bear with me again. Let me just see if I can find. He may have made another statement too, guys. Just bear with me real quick. Oh, and then somebody was asking about the actual rule, so I can bring that up and show that to you. Let's see. So this is the section. So maybe this will help you guys out right here. All right, let me just share my screen again. Like I said, guys, we are live, so I'm pulling this stuff up, so just bear with me. All right, so let me share this again. See if I can get it big up there so you guys can see it. So this was section 15. So you see it up there. Competitors must remain in boat. All right, so this was section 15. So if you take a look at this first part, you can kind of see my mouse on here. So I do not think any of this part applied, but I'll read it real quick. During the competition days, competitors must not depart the boat to land fish or to make the boat more accessible to fishing waters. You are not allowed to use a winch, pulley, come along, cable, rope, or similar device / tools to gain access to tournament waters. And so that none of that stuff was in question. I haven't heard any of that being in question. And then competitors may not shift a majority of their weight outside of the boat and onto a dock or other object outside of the boat for the purpose of landing a bass or accessing a fishing spot. That part was not in question either. All right, a bass that cannot be landed without the angler leaving the boat or shifting his weight outside the boat must be released immediately. While keeping the majority of the weight in the boat, the anglers are allowed for boat protection to push or shove off objects while landing a fish to be counted as legal. Competitors are allowed to leave the boat to retrieve a lure. All fishing by a competitor must cease until the competitor is back in the boat. Only then may another cast be made. So I don't believe any of that is what was in question. I believe this next sentence right here. And let me just take a look. Yeah, so this next sentence, boats must remain in tournament waters during tournament days. And so the question that I had earlier that I had pulled up and showed you guys, and I can pull that up again and show it real quick. So this statement right here, who agrees and who disagrees with this one? So this may be another interesting one, guys. All right, so boats must remain in tournament waters during tournament days. All right, so just bear with me, guys. Hold on one second. All right, and I'll show you the other area of contention that some people may have had. And the thing that I want to find, let me just see if I can find this other clip real quick, guys, where I believe it may be the actual clip where he was during the tournament. All right, just bear with me real quick, see if I can find it. All right, and if anybody knows of that link, because that's what I'm looking for right now, guys. I thought I had it. Okay, maybe this is it right here. All right, let's see. Let me just reshare this. Hold on, guys. Let me drop this back down and share my screen again. So I believe this is the actual tournament. I believe this is it. So I'm pretty sure someone in here will know for sure. So what I'm going to pull up is what I think was actually during the tournament. So let me know right away if you guys know if this is the actual tournament. All right, so hold on. Let me drop this down and bring up this one. All right, here we go, guys. All right, here we go. Let me just blow it up for you first. Oh yeah, this is a good one. All right, let me see if I can get this whole thing on the screen. All right, there we go. All right, here we go, guys. Let me share this on the screen. All right, so take a look at this. And for anyone that knows for sure, is this the actual tournament footage right here? All right, let me go ahead and play it. Take a look, guys. Okay, so you can see there is a marshal in the boat on this one. Let me put it back up there for you. So I was trying to see if I could zoom it in even further for you guys. Let me just check and see if I can. Hold on. Okay, you can see there's somebody else in the boat with him. It looks like a marshal. All right, so does anyone know for sure if this is the actual tournament footage? Because what he said was there was someone there that was fishing. So you can see that boat right there. And that person, he went and talked to that person and said, hey, I'm going to be jumping this. I just want to make sure you know so you don't accidentally come walking in front of me while I'm about to go ahead and jump this. And the guy was like, cool. So he hopped out and he actually recorded it for him. All right. And let's see. So is anyone in here saying, yes, that is the actual tournament footage? Let me just start down here at the end real quick. So let me see. Too Fresh for You says, yes, it was a guy crappie fishing, filmed him. That's his co-angler. Okay, so he didn't have a marshal, he had a co-angler in there. All right, then Vernon Neal says, looks like Toledo Bend from those cypress trees. All right, then we had, let's see. We had Brad said, that looks like it. So yeah, so I think that is the actual tournament footage. I don't see anyone in here saying that it's not. But let's just take a look at that, guys. Let's see if I can change this view just a little bit again for you. All right, so now taking a look at that, look at how the skeg actually hits the ground after it jumps. Can you see it bouncing right there? Let me put the volume back on there for you guys. Oh, where'd the volume go? All right, so yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think? So yeah, Dodie said, looks like the area to me. All right, yeah, because I didn't actually see the tournament itself. So I was actually pulling up footage and everything, just so I would, I would have it to show you guys. All right, so yeah, so that is what I think was the actual footage. And so just taking a look at that, and this is what I wanted to show you. Hold on, let me back it back up real quick. All right, so right here, he hits it. Boom, right there. Take a look at the front of the boat. And let's take a look at the back of the boat. If I zoom in a little more, does that help out? Let's see. Let me do it again. All right, so here we go, right here, guys. Boom. So right now, does anyone disagree that the boat is no longer in tournament waters? So, and the reason why I'm saying that is what I've heard people say as the reason, and that was what I just read a second ago. I'll pull it back up again, but just take a look at that picture right there. And actually, I can just leave that on the screen for you guys, and then I'll read what it says. It says, boats must remain in tournament waters during tournament days. The other thing that people were mentioning is that the bodies of water were not connected by any creeks or any drains or anything like that. But there's some people that are in the chat that are saying that, yes, it is connected, even though it's not connected right here, but there's other areas where there may be small drains or creeks that may not be accessible by boat, but it is connected by some type of creek or drain. So, but taking a look at that, does anyone think that that could possibly be one of the things that was used as grounds for disqualification? Because what it says under Rule 15, the second paragraph in there, boats must remain in tournament waters during tournament days. And right here, during the tournament, it is not in the water. It is actually on land right here. So what do you guys think? What do you think? I'll leave the picture up there so you guys can take a look at it. And let me just hop back into the comments real quick. So yeah, guys, get active in the comments. I want to see, do you think that this could possibly be that area of contention, that thing that was used that people aren't quite sure of as to what was used to disqualify him? Because people are saying that the bodies of water did have some drains and other things that connected those two. And that these were accessible to the public. Those other things that Keith Poche was mentioning, all of those things were there based on what he researched and he found. The only thing that I think that I actually saw was possibly this, if this could be that area of contention. What do you guys think? All right, so let me hop back into the comments real quick and see what you guys have to say. All right, hold on one second, guys. All right, so yeah, some guys were talking about there may be some politics involved. All right, so Jody says, I think his off-the-grid boat is a jet foot. All right, so yeah, he's out there doing his thing. All right, Brad says, speaking of Lay Lake, any Coosa River anglers on here? All right, so it looks like he's trying to get some information, want to get up there and catch some of those fish. All right, Vernon Neal says, I think the fact that he's fishing MLF and bass events has brought the attention and the dislike from some, just my opinion. Why would somebody dislike somebody for doing more fishing? I mean, isn't that the point? You want to get out there and do some more fishing. All right, Brad says, Vernon Neal, I think you are right. Okay. And Brad says, by the way, Bass statement was generic and just stated what rule he was DQ'd for, leaving tournament waters. All right, guys. So if that is what they said, the leaving tournament waters, and I did see that someplace, I was trying to find that, but what Brad is saying is that was the generic statement, leaving tournament waters, but didn't clarify why the water he was fishing was off limits. So even if that water that he is going to is within the limits of fishing, is that image right there where that boat is sitting on land, did they consider that as leaving tournament waters? What do you guys think? All right. So Vernon Neal says he won stage 2 of the Bass Pro Tour this year by running to areas that guys in fiberglass boats couldn't. All right, there we go. Jim says, thought he said rule 6. So there were a few different things that he did state in there, other rules. Just looking real quick to see if I can see it. But yeah, I don't see it right offhand. All right, then Brad says, Vernon, yeah, and the other anglers have expressed their discontent for it. Supposedly, Keith Poche isn't an easy guy to deal with, so that doesn't help. Hey, man, if you back there messing with snakes and crocodiles and all that kind of stuff, you might not be an easy person to deal with. I mean, you never know what you're going to run out there in that type of situation. Hey, it's not always a bad thing. All right, Brad says, Jim, Rule 15 is what Bass cited. Yeah, so that is what I was reading. Rule 15, paragraph 2 says boats must remain in tournament waters during tournament days. So, and that's what I'm thinking, guys. Is that what you think that was used to disqualify him based on the other things that we have already gone through and stated? Looks like everything else was in place, and maybe this was the thing. What do you guys think? All right, and let's see. So Brad was saying, yes, that looks like the actual tournament footage. Looks like Toledo Bend. All right. And let's see. All right, Brad said you can't hurt that mercury. Oh yeah, I mean, those sponsors need to be giving him a little, a little more compensation for that, because he's bringing some attention to him. Because if somebody was thinking about whether a mercury could withstand certain things, I mean, you see him jumping this and the skeg dragging across the bottom and the boat still rolling. All right, so Josh says, I mean, technically by the rules, Bass is right. His boat was out of the water, but hasn't pro anglers been doing this for decades? Yeah, that's always the thing, guys, where someone will say, well, hey, this other person was able to do this and get away with it. So it kind of, things aren't kind of done across the board for everybody. Then it does bring about some things where, it makes it kind of tough. All right, then Too Fresh for You says, I get where Bass is coming from, but like Keith said, it's part of Toledo Bend. So so let's say that is connected. So that is not a dispute, that where he just came from to the right was good water, and what he's going to on the left is good water. But take a look at the picture. Right now, he's in neither. He's in neither body of water right now. But if the water level was to rise up a little bit, someone had mentioned this also. If the water level was higher, those two bodies of water could actually be connected because they would be over that that berm or that roller dam that he's going over right now. All right. And let's see. Carrie says, I think he legally I think he's legally catching hogs. Oh, yeah, he's out there doing his thing. He's catching the fish. All right. Then Brad says, water is still spraying. All right. So Brad says water is still spraying up on the boat and it's still wet. So, I mean, yeah, technically there's still some water dripping from the skeg and everything. So, hey, he still has some water on that boat. All right. Dodie says he has to be 50 miles to wait. He has to be 50 miles to weigh in. Also, he still had a run to get to. All right. Jim says likely the reason. All right. So Jim, you're kind of thinking like that this footage right here may actually be what they're using and saying that the boat is not in the water. All right. And so there's some tournaments where they say trailered weigh in and non-trailered weigh in. So if you actually accidentally put your boat on a trailer when you're not supposed to, then you're done. Even if it's just right there at the ramp, once you put that boat on the trailer. So sometimes it does get technical like that, but that's what I'm at. That is the question, guys. And actually, let me hop back up here in this poll. So I see some more people have joined in. So the thing that we asked earlier was, do you agree with the disqualification? And basically, we're talking about Keith Poche on Toledo Bend. And we currently have 56 votes in here. And let's see, we have 54% saying no, they do not think he should have been disqualified. We have 19% saying yes, and 28% saying I don't know. And that I don't know means they may not have enough information or they're not familiar with the situation and all the rules that go into it. So that's where we're at with that, guys. So yeah, so that poll, yes, there's a few more guys. There's still more people hopping into that poll, guys. So the poll is located in the chat. And again, guys, anybody that is just joining in, welcome to the live stream. We get together every Tuesday at 8 p.m., guys. So really, really appreciate you tuning in and watching the live stream. Each week, Tuesday, 8 p.m., we go over different topics, guys. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. The channel is growing pretty fast. We have hit 6,000 subscribers, guys. Man, we're growing. And if you have not hit the like button, I'm taking a look at the likes, guys. Oh, yeah, we could use a few more likes. If you hit the like button, it really, really does help the channel. It helps push this out so the channel can continue to grow. It'll get it out to more people. So we're sitting around 33 likes. Can we get maybe 3? Can we get 4 more likes, guys? Just 4. Just give me 4 more likes. Let's try to get these numbers up a little bit so we can kind of push it out there. And next week, you know, the MoneyBass family will have grown and we'll have another good topic that we can get into, guys. All right, let's see who else we had. Who else do we have checking in here? All right, so Too Fresh for You says, what is that? Ray Hanselman ran his boat in the woods, pulled it off, and continued to fish. What's the difference? Yeah, that, I mean, from what you're saying right there, that sounds kind of iffy. All right, so Cajun Rob says, I think certain other bass pros jealous of his success and went crying and whining to bass officials because you don't see them going after John Cox that way. So yeah, John Cox, he does drive an aluminum boat. I'm not sure if he is out there jumping things and all that kind of stuff. I haven't really heard John Cox out there doing that kind of stuff. All right, so Derek House, he says his argument on Instagram was when you lock through to another body of water inside the lock is considered not tournament waters as well. Yeah, and I've heard somebody say that, but being on land versus being on water, because he's not fishing. Yeah, that one's just, yeah, I'm not sure about that because, I mean, they're allowed to go through the locks and they're still in water, but you're saying not tournament water. So yeah, I kind of see what you're saying, but this right here, you're just not in any water. The boat is out of the water. So that's what I'm thinking that they may have used. That, I mean, does anybody see anything else that they could have used? What do you guys see that they could have actually been, that they could have actually used? Because the statement, the generic statement that someone just mentioned just a few seconds ago was they quoted that section 15. And let me just go back to it again. It says boats must remain in tournament waters during tournament days. So did they ever specify? Now, I know that was a statement that was made. And this is from everything that I've been seeing. This is the only thing that I can think of that they may have been referring to. Does anybody else think that this is what they were referring to? Even if you don't agree with the disqualification, do you think that this may be the actual image, the actual thing that they're saying, that the boat was out of the water, basically? All right, and let's see. Joseph says, Cajun Rob in the house. Break jobs for everyone. What's going on? Cajun Rob and Joseph checking in. All right, Keith L says, not sure. Looks like the other skeg marks where the boat gets to the other side. Yeah, I kind of see some other things on there. But yeah, I mean, you can see that skeg dragging across the ground. All right, we have Bass Fever checking in. Says, in not touching the water, I think you are right. All right, so he's thinking that maybe this image that I have up on the screen is what they may have used in order to say that the boat is not in tournament waters, that it's basically out of the water. It's not any water at all. All right, Vernon Neal says that Cajun Rob John Cox was disqualified in 2021 as well. Different rule, but he was also fishing both circuits. Okay. All right, Jim says John broke the off-limit rule. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so that's kind of, yeah, I mean, it's a little different. All right, so Cajun Rob says, hey, Joseph B, money needs to come up with some Ruger repellent. Come on, guys. All right, so Josh Johnson says, I'm one of the, I don't know. I just don't have enough information on what is going on. Oh, yeah, so you've been hanging in here, though. You're like, I don't know what's been going on, but I'm just watching, I'm just watching for the entertainment. I see a boat jumping over concrete, over land, going through beaver dams and all that kind of stuff. I'll watch. All right, Cajun Rob says, correct, Vernon. So did Poche this year, some situation but Poche never complained about it. He knew it was coming. Gotcha. So, yeah, so apparently some of you guys are saying that just by fishing multiple circuits, I guess people within the circuit are trying to kind of, get you out of there. All right. So, yeah, so let's just take another look at the poll real quick, guys. So we've kind of put the information out there, saw where you guys stand with it. And like I said earlier, want to give a shout out to the sponsors of the live stream. Let's see, where are we at, guys? Where are we at? So the sponsors of the live stream, I mean, we have Mark Scott and Mako Mills. They actually carried over from last time. So what I say each week, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, is whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker during that live stream is the sponsor of that live stream. And last week's sponsors continued over to this week's sponsors, Mark Scott and Mako Mills. All right, and let's see, who else do we have hopping in here? All right, let's see. Just bear with me, guys. All right, so Dodie Fishing says, what about leaving the water when fighting 4 feet or bigger rollers? Yeah, so I mean, and remember, a lot of these things are still going to be at the discretion. And so to me, I don't think somebody saying that you're still over the water versus being over land or actually sitting on land, I don't think that those two would kind of be the same thing. That would be my thought on that. I don't know. Would anybody say that if you hit a wave and the boat goes completely out of the water, that now you should be disqualified because the boat is out of the water? Maybe because of unsafe driving. And maybe unsafe driving. All right, so Bass Fever says, let me see, we're not absolutely sure the water is connected. I believe this is probably what they use for the disqualification. So yeah, so that is one of the things that I heard, is that whenever you pull an aerial view of it, because the water was down, that there wasn't anything connecting the two bodies of water. So yeah, that was kind of iffy too. But like I said, let's just say if they were connected, is this image right here enough to where that disqualification could stand just off of that alone? All right, Mark Scott says, I think the guy has brass balls. Oh, yeah, man. I mean, if I was a co-angler in that boat, I'd be looking back at that motor thinking like, hey, is he going to hit something that's going to send it in here with us? Yeah. And I mean, just think when you're hitting waves, guys, when you're hitting waves as a co-angler and you're holding on to those handles because the waves. Now, just imagine going over land. Yeah, that's a tough one right there. All right, Ivy Moore says he is the truth. Oh yeah, so I think it would definitely be entertaining if they did allow stuff like that and they had coverage, more coverage, and more guys started doing that. It would just kind of make it a lot more of a diverse field of people that are doing things like this. They're out there cutting down trees and doing all this kind of wild stuff. Then you have people that are out in deep water with the electronics. There's a crowd for that. Then there's somebody that's fishing a frog on a frog on lily pads, getting tired, guys, fishing a frog on lily pads, things like that. So it'll be a little something for everybody. And then they hop in and show Keith jumping a ramp or something like that, going to another body of water. I mean, he'd probably have to be fishing by himself at that point, though, because I think other people would be like, hey, I don't know if I want to be along for that ride. All right, so Brad says this is just the Keith Poche. Let me see. I love it, and so do others. In a time where everyone uses live imaging, forward-facing sonar, I don't see how this is a problem. Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely entertaining. The only thing that I could say possibly is there is an element to where it cannot be as safe whenever you can actually see this motor, the skeg go sliding across the ground like that. Even in the other one, whenever it was just sand. I mean, there could be a rock or something under there, and if you're a passenger in there, maybe it's not as important to you to go flying across a dam like that to go and catch the fish. So I can kind of see that. And then the other thing, but if the rules allow the fishermen to use that boat to where they know they're going to be able to access places where other fishermen can't, if that's in the rules, then hey, they would just have to deal with that. They would know that their competition may be going in fishing areas that they can't have access to. All right. And then Cajun Rob says 14th place on the home pond BFL Saturday on Cumberland. Felt like I was MoneyBass catching checks. Oh yeah, shout out to Cajun Rob. I told you guys, make sure you come here. This is the place where you can come and brag about your wins and all that good stuff. And I mean, hey, every once in a while I may have to come and get to take a pat on the back and be like, hey, it'll be better next time. But for now, Cajun Rob is out there doing his thing. 14th place. That is a great finish, guys. All right. Shout out to you, Cajun Rob. All right. Then we have Brad says the way. Okay. I guess you were connecting something that you said. All right. Then we have Garrett checking in. What is going on, Garrett? Let's see what Garrett has to say. He says, is there a better ledge map than Navionics? What do you guys think? I mean, I have Navionics and Lake Master, but I pretty much use my Lake Master chip because of the shading, the shading areas. It just, to me, it just kind of pops a little bit more. But what do you guys think? Garrett says, is there a better ledge map than Navionics? Oh my goodness. That's a good one right there. That is who he should be reaching out to. See, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, yes, he did lose some money. He lost some points, but I think he is gaining some more fans and he could gain some sponsors. I mean, Red Bull gives you wings. They just show him jumping dams and stuff like that. I mean, I think that would be a great commercial for them. All right, Jim says too much liability. Right, that's what I'm thinking too. It'd be too much liability to have them doing that type of stuff, and then for the organization to allow it. And then if someone does get hurt, man, those lawsuits could be crazy. So that's the only thing that I'm kind of thinking with that one. All right, then Vernon Neal says, as always, enjoyed it, guys. I'm out. Be blessed. All right, shout out to Vernon Neal. Always appreciate you checking in and getting active in the comments. All right, giving a shout out. All right, then you said a C map, and Brad says Lake Master. Yep, so I agree. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I use. All right, Joseph says great show. Really, really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, we've been running for about 2 hours, so it seems like you guys really, really like this topic. Make sure you tune in next week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. And guys, please continue to share these live streams, the links to the live streams, because like I said, we're growing, we're getting bigger. And as we continue to get bigger, I mean, that community that we're building, guys, you guys will be on that ground floor. So shout out to that. All right. So taking a look at that before we close out, taking a look at the poll. Do you agree with the disqualification? Keith Poche on Toledo Bend. We had 68, 69. Oh, man, it's still rolling. So there's guys still coming into the live stream, still participating and everything. Guys, I really, really appreciate the support of the channel. Like I said, we are growing and getting bigger. All right, so the final numbers, we're at 69 votes. 17% said yes, they agree with the disqualification. And just for clarification, the two things that we have heard in the live stream that could have been used are the water was not connected. The other thing is that this image right here where the boat is sitting on land, you can see that it's not in either body of water right now. So the boat is out of the water. Those are the two things that maybe we have to choose from as to what led them to that to that thing. And so to that decision. And so if we just take away the one and say, yes, the bodies of water were connected by some small creek or drain or something like that, then that just leaves this one thing, that the boat was actually out of tournament water whenever it is sitting on top of that roller dam like that. All right. And so he did say that they're built for that they're built for boats to be able to go across. And maybe that is 100% true. Let's just say that that is 100% true. And that is within the law, that's within the use of it. But the tournament organization, their guidelines and their rules can still say, well, no, even though that is lawful, we don't permit it. We don't allow it in our organization. So yeah, with it being kind of vague like that, yeah, just leaves room for question. All right, what does Brad say? Brad says, great show. See y'all next time. All right, yeah, make sure you come back, man. We try to make sure that we keep things rolling. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. I drop content almost on a daily basis, guys. And I'm currently fishing the BFL, so you guys can follow along on that. I'm currently ranked 31 in the Bulldog division of the BFLs. So we will be at Lake Sinclair this weekend, guys. So we'll see. We'll see. You know, I went out there. Actually, I'll be putting that footage out for you guys too. So I went out there this past weekend. You know, I was able to find something, you know, kind of decent. So hopefully it'll be a pattern that'll hold up for me. Really, all I'm trying to do, guys, is just stay in the top, you know, whatever we need to be in to qualify for the regionals. So you know me, hey, I'm just out there to have a little bit of fun, shooting for 10 to 12 pounds, you know, just kind of want to stay in that range. So we'll see what we do. So maybe next week I'll come back and I have a few things to maybe brag about a little bit, guys. All right, so let's hop through these last few comments real quick. All right, so we have Cajun Rob says, always informative and entertaining. All right, hey, that's what we're trying to do. Have some edutainment, a little bit of edumacation and some entertainment. All right, Derek Hayes says he crossed land that wasn't connected by water. What's the conversation? Okay, so that's the thing, Derek. So they're saying that there are drains. There were drains that actually connect the two bodies of water. So that's why when you take a look at the picture that's on the screen, the boat itself is out of water right there. So it's either the bodies of water weren't connected or the boat was out of tournament waters, meaning that whenever he was going over that roller dam, that the boat is not in the water. So those were the two things. So do you know for sure that the two bodies of water were not connected? Like even if you were to look at, say, an aerial view or something like that. All right, then let's see. Brad says, but he got there by boat. Yeah, I don't know. Just because you can get there by boat doesn't necessarily mean it's within the guidelines. All right, Cajun Ross says he never left the boat, though. Yeah, that's right. He didn't leave the boat, but the boat left the water. So that is the thing. Those are the two areas that we're talking about. Were the two bodies of water actually connected? And is the boat, reading that 16, you guys can pull it up yourself. Guideline number 16. It says, where is it at? Boats must remain in tournament waters during tournament days. All right, so there we go. So those are the two things. Just wanted to get your feedback on those guys. All right, Mark Scott, member of the Money Team. And Mark, guess what? You are a co-sponsor of tonight's live stream. It carried over from last week. So shout out to that. All right, so Mark says, love the show tonight, Ryan. Appreciate everything you do. Your channel is the best out there. Hey, man, I'm just trying to do a little something, trying to bring a little bit of fun and entertainment each week. All right, Derek says, let's see, is this the same Derek? Okay, here we go. Derek says, the rule is clear. Can't fish non-navigable water. It's kind of a tongue twister for me. Water. He got to that water going over land. It's a wrap. Oh, he said it's a wrap. So he is thinking. So Derek is saying, because first you were saying that connected by water. He crossed land. Yeah. So even though it wasn't connected right there, the bodies of water may have been connected someplace else. But in this statement that you're saying, the rule is clear: can't fish non-navigable water. So him going over this roller dam or boat ramp, roller dam, however you guys pronounced it earlier, that was the issue. All right, then let's see. Cajun Rob says top 45 and winners 2 regionals. Oh yeah. So yeah, I just need to stay in the top 45. So hey, I just need to get out there and get 5. That's all I'm trying to do is get my little 5 fishes, get some 5 fishes so I can stay in that top tier and make it to the regionals. Appreciate that. Cajun Rob out there doing his thing too. All right, we have Pat checking in. He says those bodies of water at some point on the year, just not that day. So yeah, that's what somebody else was mentioning. Whenever those water levels are higher, then the water actually can go over that little roller dam right there. All right, so Derek Hayes says, love this show. Everyone here is so nice. Oh yeah, we try to get into it. We have we have differences of opinions on things. It just, to me, just adds another level of excitement, another level of fun to where you can exchange ideas. Even if you don't agree on things, there's always a chance that you may learn something or just learn a different way of thinking sometimes. So yeah, it's all good, all interesting, all here for fun, all here for, just for the betterment of everybody that is joining this community. And that is the thing that we're about here, just trying to build that community. And hopefully we will continue to get bigger and bigger. Right now, the subscriber count, we're sitting at around 6,000 or so subscribers. As you see in the chat, we're hitting, 30, 40, 50-ish people in the live streams. So we're still kind of a small channel, guys, but we have some good numbers that attend and participate in the comments. So to me, the community that we are building, you guys are some of the best subscribers out there, because you're always here, always getting active, always bringing new thoughts and new things to the live streams. All right, we look at that. We have Bassadent. We have the Bassadent in the house, guys. Got to give a shout out to the Bassadent. Says better to ask the tournament director for permission than to ask for forgiveness. Oh man, because you may not get forgiveness. Ooh, yeah, that won't be good. All right, Dodie Fisher says, I want to know who filed a protest. Yeah, who filed that protest? All right, then we have Bank Boys Fishing Incorporated. We got the Bank Boys in the house. Says rules are rules. Got to follow those rules, man. All right, then we have Hunting Fishing. Let me see. Who is this? See. Is that Hunter checking in? I think that's Hunter right there. What is going on, man? Shout out to you. Shout out to Hunter. Hunting Fishing checking in. Says, what up, Ryan? You ready for Sinclair? Oh man, hey, I went out there and did a little something. Check out my shorts on YouTube. So I put 1 or 2 shorts out there so you can see some of the fish that I caught this past weekend in preparation for Sinclair. I might ease back out there again to get a second day of pre-fishing in. But like I said, that's not like I'm going out there pulling in 20 pounds or anything like that. I'm just, just want to just kind of ease and mosey along, stay in the top. What was it, Cajun Rob? Top 45. Right now I'm sitting in the 31 spot. So, I'm still kind of good. So I just want to ease out there, take my time, bring in my 5, and maybe I'll focus on the regionals, trying to bring in a bigger bag. I think that's the game plan right now. All right, then we have Bass Slacker 21 says he navigated his boat over that dam. So with that, they said something about navigable waters. So I think that's what Bass Slacker's talking about. All right, Ivy Moore said, let me see, can be your co-angler. Let me see, I can be your co-angler. I will be in the A 3 weeks from now. Okay, let me see. Be in Atlanta 3 weeks from now. I kind of figured aluminum boats were a problem. About 3 or 4 guys with the aluminum boats, they have been coming in first place. Oh yeah. Even whenever you pull up to a tournament and you see some guy that's in a beat up looking John boat and he's in a bass tournament and you're looking around and seeing these 100,000 boats all around him, the guy that's sitting in that John boat is the one that I'm looking at like, hey man, that guy, he knows a little something. So it's not always about that boat and equipment, guys. Sometimes, I mean, a lot of times it's going to be about the person that's in that boat. All right, guys. So yeah, we've been rolling for 2 hours, guys. So really, really appreciate you stepping into the live stream. And as I always say each week, whoever gives the largest super chat, super sticker, support for the channel during that live stream is the sponsor of the live stream. And this week it has carried over from last week. So shout out to Mako Mills and shout out to Mark Scott, strong supporters of the channel. Really, really appreciate you guys always tuning in and getting active in the comments. All right, so we have last comment from Derek Hayes checking in. He says, this is being brought up like it's a witch hunt because he fishes unconventionally. It's not, he broke the rules. That simple. All right, there we go, guys. But yeah, I think that having, you know, people with all these different types of styles of fishing, I mean, it just brings excitement. It just brings a little bit of something for everybody. So for me, I would want to see the type of things that Keith Poche is doing. I would want to see the things that who's out there good with the electronics right now? Jacob Will is good with it, but Jacob Will is good with or without the electronics. But you know what I mean? There's guys out there with the electronics, guys without the electronics, like John Cox, Keith Poche. I would kind of put them in that kind of that same category. But who else is out here cutting down trees and killing rattlesnakes while they're out there fishing? So we have Keith Poche style of fishing. Then we have guys like, shout out to my partner Kyle Welcher. Yeah, he's out there, you know, throwing that frog, running, have that trolling motor on high. So, I mean, it, you know, have old school, new school. And what kind of school would you say Keith Poche does? I mean, that's a, yeah, I don't even know what, I wouldn't even consider that old school or new school. That's just a whole different level right there. But yeah, shout out to that. All right, guys, really, really appreciate you tuning in to the live stream. Make sure you tune in to the live stream next week, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. And please, share the link and this channel with your friends so we can continue to grow, guys. All right, really, really appreciate it. And I will see you on the next video.